So what should I do to the jelly of ice?
Listen up then. Old Albram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Zhelyov, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Albram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it.
Well, that won't be a problem. I know this brew called Lullaby Potion. I'll pour some in his water trough. That should do the trick.
That's a bloody good idea. I knew I picked the right helper for this. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right then. Albram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Albram's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. Why do you and the Zhelyov lot hate each other so much, anyway?
It's their fault. They keep playing tricks on us. Albram's the worst of them all. The nasty old codger. He's always coming up with ways to mess with us. He's the one that stole our pasture.
What pasture did they steal from you?
The one that stretches from the orchard behind the Takov down to the gamekeeper's lodge. It's been ours since time immemorial. But the Zhelyevites took it from us.
Certainly. Have no fear.
And how did they take it from you? You can't exactly stuff a pasture in your purse and walk away with it.
Save the jokes, will you? This is fucking serious. There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge that marks the edge of our land. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they agreed on it. He got a proper ass kicking so he'd remember it, and remember it he did. But then fucking Albram came along, claiming it was the other way around, and that pasture belonged to Zhelyov.
Well, that's a tough nut to crack. And how did they take it from you?
So, but then...
Well, can't you all just reach some kind of agreement?
Do you think we haven't tried? But there's no talking to the Zhelyevites. Year after year we meet in that pasture. I tell it like it was, but Albram always starts spewing his lies. Then we end up arguing until the sun sets. And when the Zhelyevites are at wit's end, they come at us, and nothing ever gets solved. We managed to convince them to at least give us back half the pasture. But I know the whole bloody thing belongs to us. We can't just leave things like this.
Have you tried asking Lord von Burgov for help?
Of course, but he'd have none of it. He said it's up to the Trotskovitz bailiff to sort it out. But the bailiff couldn't care less. He said we should deal with Albram ourselves, or he'll have us caned and clapped in the pillory.
My God, what's taking so long? Fuck me. My, what a beautiful horse. Please, help me.
What happened to you?
Die.
Whoa! 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 What happened to you?
I fell out of that bloody tree.
Why did you climb up there?
I thought I saw something shiny up there, like gold or something. But instead of finding treasure, I almost lost my life.
I'm no physician, but this needs bandaging.
But I won't get far in this state. Do you have anything to dress it? A rag or something?
Hold on, let me see. Here. You're lucky I carry around a pocket full of junk. Here, let me dress it for you.
Thank you. You're the first good thing to happen to me in a long while. You know, I was born under an unlucky star.
Stop feeling so sorry for yourself. Everyone has bad luck sometimes.
But I'm cursed with it. Even as a boy, I was always losing things. Constantly getting beaten up. And once I spent the whole summer laid up with some weird sickness. My parents spent everything they had on a healer who said he had the perfect cure.
See? That sounds like a bit of luck, doesn't it?
Well, it seemed that way. But when he went to get the cure, he was struck dead by lightning on the way. We couldn't afford another healer, so I was sick for 6 months.
But you survived. I call that pretty lucky.
You think? Then hear me out. I always wanted to buy myself a horse. I saved every groschen I earned. But it was never going to be enough. So I confided in my neighbor, and he said if I gave him all my coin, he'd win me twice as much down the tavern. He told me he could cheat the local drunks because he had weighted dice.
And you gave him the money?
That I did. And I never saw it or him again.
That's not bad luck. It's folly. People are bastards. You shouldn't be so trusting.
I'm not even finished yet. Since I couldn't buy a horse, I gave a groschen to a horse trader to let me ride one at least. But as we trotted through the woods, the nag's leg snaps. She was dead before I could fetch help. It took me 3 years to pay off that carcass. So I first lost money to a swindler, and then I had to buy a dead horse.
Still, it could have been worse. Everybody has setbacks.
You still don't get it, do you? All right, this will convince you. I like this girl down the way. But when I finally mustered the courage to talk to her, I found out she'd been poisoned by mushrooms the day before.
Yes, but...
Hang on, I'm not finished there. I found a dog. A nice little puppy. He'd follow me around, so I took him in and raised him. The moment he grew a full set of teeth, he bit me and ran off.
Right. Now this sounds like too much of a coincidence.
As he scampered off, The dog scattered a farmer's flock of sheep. As I helped him to round them up, I stumbled upon a pack of wolves. So I had one leg bit by a mongrel, and the other by a wolf. Only that wolf bite gets some dirt in it, and my whole leg goes black. I couldn't walk for a month.
All right, I see now.
My wife took care of me all that month. And just as I was getting better, she cooked some food in the pot and told me she had to go into town. She never came back.
What happened to her?
I have no idea. She just vanished. The thing is, she took all her stuff and all my money with her. So if you ask me, she flew the coop. And since then, it's all been downhill for me. As soon as I went out for the first time after my leg was healed, the bailiff grabbed me. He said 3 sheep from that flock had never been found, so I had to pay for them. But what with my darling wife pocketing all my coin, I ended up in the pillory.
Well, your life hasn't been all that easy, I'll grant you that. But you're not jinxed. You know why?
I'm all ears.
If you were, you'd have fallen down and nobody would have found you. But I happened by. Today was your lucky day.
You have a point there. It's true. Thanks, friend. I owe you one.
Greetings. You silly doggy.
Christ, what a day that was.
That cheeky bastard. I'd kick his ass from here to high heaven. And who'd help me with the harvest then? Oh, just count everything and then take whatever's missing out of his pay.
God bless.
Good day to you.
Greetings to you.
You're always welcome here.
day. Are you in need of something?
I've heard you dye your own fabric.
I used to. I tried a few times, but I had to give it up. Troskovitz is on a hill, and there's not enough water for that. Why'd you ask?
I'd like to buy some pigment.
I see. Or perhaps I could find some leftover black. If you have enough groschen, it's yours.
Ah, damn. That's more money than I thought. Look, I don't need much. Just a bit will do.
Is that so? What do you want it for, anyway?
Nothing important, really.
All right, whatever. But I'd hate to find out you painted on someone's house. You know what? If I scraped off some of that dry pigment from the edges of the bucket and mixed it with some lard, that could work. Those pigments are a magical thing, eh?
What do you mean?
For example, if you need blue, you can use blueberries or woad leaves. You put them in hot water with the fabric and it'll turn blue. Walnuts good too. With the husks of unripe walnuts, you can get a very nice light brown, sometimes even yellow. The best way to make red is from madder root. And when you add alum or beeswing to the water, the colour gets a beautifully rich shade. Or you could just use plain old black elder. The berries, of course, but they're more for lighter shades. Oh, and privet's not too bad either. If you use its bark and alum, you get yellow. You can even use the leaves. They make a nice green, but it takes forever. But you know what's my favourite way of making yellow? Using dyer's broom or weld. You take a few nice stems, some leaves, a bit of alum, and you get yellow, as bright as a chick's feathers. And for so much cheaper than using saffron or iris, that's the main thing. Buckthorn makes a nice green, maybe the best of all. You use its fruit. They say it can also heal, but I've never tried that. The most important part is the stain, anyway. Like alum, for example. It can create all sorts of shades and give depth and richness to the colour. But even that won't help you if you don't know what to use for what colour. Sometimes you want the fruit, sometimes the bark, sometimes the root, or maybe the leaves. Too bad I don't dye fabric much anymore. But I see you're really into it. You know what? Take some of it, for free.
My word. Thank you so much.
Oh, not worth mentioning. Just be careful not to stain yourself. Quality material like this doesn't wash off easily.
God!
quick! Go!
I'm thinking of packing it.
You're in for an ass. Hail, fellow. Are you looking for something?
Eh? Why are you looking at me like that, you mysterious person?
You alright?
All right. No, I'm not. Not in the least, my dear fella. That's what happens when you lose your purpose.
What? Are you looking for something?
Yes, and that's precisely why Providence has brought you here to help me in my search.
And what's that?
If only I knew myself. But I'm afraid I've suffered the most grievous of losses. What I have lost is meaning to my life.
The meaning of life, you say? Alright, well, I'll take a look around.
That's a good one. And where exactly do you expect to find it? I've been searching for it myself for years in vain.
Here? Why here, of all places?
This is where I felt I lost it, all those years ago.
Well, I'll have a quick look round.
Be my guest. Farewell, good sir. Say, mysterious young fellow, what is it you wish to tell me?
I'm not sure this is exactly what you're after, but I think I've found something here that might help you.
Oh, right. Some find the meaning of life in drink. That's not really for me. Though I have to say it's not bad at all as a source of inspiration. Thanks. And here's a little inspiration in return. You seem a little lost yourself.
Oh. Well. Thanks.
God be with you. See you later.
Don't be shy, seeing as how we know each other now.
What do you have for me this time?
How about I tease you with another riddle? What do you say?
Now I'm more interested in you. What did you do before you started your wayfaring?
I've been a wayfarer my whole life. I haven't always been on my own, though.
You had a companion?
You bet I did. He was my best mate.
What became of him?
Wolves got him. Tore him apart. Poor fella. I tried to save him. Even took him to a Sawbones. But now he's up there chasing celestial rabbits.
Chasing rabbits? What kind of friend was this?
A dog. Wag, I called him. I got him as a pup. He was the runt of the litter. They'd have drowned him if I hadn't taken him. I taught him to beg, roll over, snatch men's hats, and shake paws with the girls. We were welcomed wherever we went. A couple of tricks would earn us something to eat and drink. Sometimes they'd let us bed down in the barn. With him gone, all I'm left with are my riddles and a few drinking yarns.
Is it safe on the roads?
If you know how to handle yourself. I travel alone. I certainly look nothing like a noble. I don't have so much as a donkey, and I'm not much of a swordsman either. But I'm not dead yet. I mean, who'd rob and kill a waster like me?
The riddle sounds good. Go ahead.
Great! But before I do, last time you got the better of me, so I'd like the chance to return the compliment. Let's bet again! Do you agree?
Maybe Lady Luck will shine on me. I accept.
All right, now pay attention. Jaromir the coachman hailed from Raborsh. One morning he set off for Kuttenberg with an empty coach. 3 lads boarded in Bohonovitz. When he arrived in Boyisht, one of the boys got out and a washerwoman took his place. In Horshan, the washerwoman went on her way and a peddler and his daughter boarded. In Pshitoke, the remaining lads alighted and took the peddler's daughter with them. And straight away, 2 fishermen got in. And on reaching Kuttenberg that evening, they invited the coachman to the bathhouse and got pig drunk. And now you tell me, what was the coachman's name?
Jaromir.
That's right! There's no fooling you. You've won the bet. And I'll be sure to remember you have a sharp mind.
I was just lucky, that's all.
But before I pay you, I'll ask you again. What would you prefer? Some extra coin? Or another story from my travels?
I'm all ears.
All ears, you say? This is tough. So much to choose from. You know what herbs are used to brew up medicinal concoctions? A herbalist once showed me. Gather some marigolds and nettles. Boil the nettles, but just crush the marigold and add it at the end. Marigold broth, she called it.
But I already know how to make that.
Well, that's a pity. It's the only concoction she taught me. She said it would be enough. But that's not to say you learnt nothing, is it? Travel safe, and perhaps our paths will cross again sometime. God be with you.
Go! Whoa! 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 That's a beautiful bull you've got there. You don't see an animal like that every day.
Aye, and nothing is the finest animal far and wide. He wasn't cheap either.
Aren't you afraid of wolves tearing him to pieces?
How would they get here? Besides, I keep him in the barn at night, guarded by my farmhand. Say, you're a bit too interested in a nothing. What's it about?
I'm just curious. Can you blame me? Everybody in the county's talking about that bull. I must admit, it really is the best-looking animal near and far.
I'd say. A nothing is one of a kind.
Go! Stay.
What's that you're doing? Surely you don't want to break in, you, such a good soul. What's that you're doing? Surely you don't want to break in, you, such a good soul.
I was just looking at that bull you've got there. I don't think I've ever seen such a beautiful animal.
Aye, our bull. Olbram's, that is the finest animal far and wide. Olbram's really protective of it.
What do you mean?
For example, we have to watch it all night. Do you know how many times I've stepped in shit in the dark because of this? Well, and good night. I hope you're not going to be wandering around out there all night.
All right. What am I gonna do with you? Aye. This'll be good.
Give up now, or I'll call the guard.
I'm sure we can sort this out.
I won't have you causing trouble here, laddie. Cough up some coin, or we'll report you to the bailiff.
Wait, we can come to some agreement, can't we? I was just fooling around. I meant nothing by it, and I certainly didn't want to upset you, of all people. I know how hard you have it.
Well, that's true, all right. And I'm sure you also know I won't be so lenient next time.
I need something
Time
to eat.
to go.
I could use some sleep.
Time to go.
I feel like laying down.
Time to go.
My God.
Exhausted. Getting quite tired.
You bloody Hawthorne! Do you have thick for brains? Throwing your faith here? You think I'm completely daft? I'll have them break your arms for painting on my Arnothic. You won't even be able to wipe your ass.
Aye, I painted your bull. It was good fun. Everyone around here agrees. What are you going to do about it?
You bastard! Shame on you! You're lucky I'm not spring chicken anymore. Otherwise, I'd have done you worse than you did Arnothic. So get out of here, and don't throw your face here ever again. And I'm finished with you.
I really need to...
God be with you.
It's done. Olbram's bull isn't as white as it used to be.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, mate. Olbram must be having a fit. I can almost see it.
To hell with the fucking pricks. The lousy city-eater.
Aye, something like that. Until they caught me, that is. But don't worry, I didn't rat you out.
At least that. I reckon Olbram will mouth off about it. But there's nothing he can do without proof. They didn't beat you up, did they?
Don't worry, I'm fine.
All right then. You did what I asked, so we're even. And since you already got caught up in our little dispute, maybe you can help me with something else.
So, what can I help the Takovites with this time?
We're planning to meet with the Gelievites in the pasture that they keep arguing with us about. We'll sort it all out with them there. Nicely. Man to man. Wouldn't you like to join us?
Why not? After painting that bull, it would actually be quite a pleasant change to talk things over face-to-face.
Aye. Talk. We'll get into a huge argument and then start punching each other in the gob. So then, should I send for Olbram so we can get going?
I have something else to take care of first. Could you wait a while?
All right, fine. But don't dawdle.